to cover. So
here we go.
This is our 8:30 call, you guys. Recapping boot camp. This is June 20th. And a lot of us just came back from Breckenridge from an awesome weekend with really great training and just amazing energy and time together. I always reminisce that one of the first things I fell in love about this business was the community. I came around the community and I was sold by being around a bunch of health nuts who love to have fun. And I was joking with some of my new gals that we're shiny, happy people. We're shiny, happy people. And when you're in that environment, it can feel like a little juice plus bubble, a little happy, shiny bubble. And the key is, you guys, is in keeping community is being on this call. This is a huge part of it. So we see each other. And then events, I know as we progress in time and in this culture we've created, it's harder and harder to get together for events. Lindsay and I were talking about that today, but how important it is to just be with your people, be with each other. So we'll be talking about that. I want to start off, I definitely have some things highlighted that I want to go over, but I've asked a few people to just share their nuggets, their takeaways from boot camp. And I'm just going to fill the gaps depending on what they say. So, Marina, you're my first screen here. Would you share to just say a little bit about who you are and where you are starting off, and a nugget or something powerful from the weekend?
Okay. I'm Marina. I just graduated from college at Washburn University and was a softball player for 4 years and have done Juice Plus for quite a few years now, and I'm ready to get into the business. I also majored in kinesiology, so this is kind of all up my alley. I went to boot camp this weekend, and that was super fun and inspiring, and I have like a whole bunch of stuff. But I think the biggest thing I took away was showing people that you care and that you're not just trying to get their credit card, but that you're actually trying to embark on a health journey with them. And I think that one of my biggest goals is to help people live happier and longer and stronger. And so just showing that passion and showing them that I care and that I'm not just going to sell them a product, but that I want to embark on a journey with them and really truly see them get healthier. So, I got that from a bunch of different people. And then from some of the presentations and then just from us talking on the outside, I think I've noticed that you're probably going to get no a lot more than you're going to get yes, but then a lot of those no's turn into yeses. So I almost feel like you kind of just have to be willing to put in the time and be willing to understand that people are going to kind of put up that wall at first, and that if you just stay dedicated and kind of show over time that you're really into this, that they're going to latch on. So those were kind of my big things. I freaking loved Casey Schloss. She was awesome. I loved Casey Schloss, and I absolutely loved her comment when she said, people might make fun of us behind my back and I don't care. And that was great. I don't know, that it wasn't really anything super deep or anything, but it kind of just made me realize, like, who cares? Like, they don't want to, it's their loss. They're probably going to come around, and you should have the confidence, and it's a great product. So why do you care if they're going to be like that? So that was kind of my takeaway. Yeah, no problem.
And to go along with that, I remember one of the things Dr. Mitre said in a boot camp, I believe it was what people think of you is none of your business. And that goes along with what you're saying, Marina. What you got out of that is that, man, we can get so worked up about what other people think. And I can tell you one thing. I haven't lost one friend since I've been in Juice Plus, and I've gained a whole bunch more, And a friend, if we're worried about, you're not going to lose your friends. You're not going to, and if somebody doesn't want a part of you because you're on this mission as a health food agent, they're probably not a friend. So thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, Christy, I see you on here. Can you share with us kind of I'll just introduce you real quick. Christy and Chris came together. It was the first event as a partnership, married couple. Christy has been before, but Chris had never. So super excited to have you guys. And yeah, what was the takeaway for you from boot camp?
Lots of takeaways.
How about in 2 minutes?
Is that all, just 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
All these quotes, all these things to share. But I mean, I think the biggest thing, and you touched on it, Jess, was just being around that Juice Plus community. And it doesn't matter what level, how many years people have been in it, new, old, forever. Everyone's so encouraging, supportive, and just to be in that environment is so important. And I'm so glad we were able to figure out a way to get there together, because Chris hadn't experienced that. A couple things, I just, every time I go to these sorts of things, which isn't frequent enough, but it just further solidifies my belief in the product. I mean, just listening to that Sean Hopkins from corporate talking about quality control and their commitment as a company to be a leader in whole food nutrition, a world leader in whole food nutrition, and what they do to make that happen. Just so proud to be part of that. And I think a really big takeaway that we are started on tonight was, we have this belief in the product, belief in this company that has our back and is really looking out for us, but we get in our own way. And I heard so many people say that we get in our own way, and I'm right there. And so we are, Chris and I are doing a 21-day brain detox to really get a handle on our thoughts, our own thoughts, so that we can be better at what we're trying to do and not hold ourselves back like we have been for sure doing. I'm also we're putting together 30 reasons we're proud of and love our Juice Plus business. Again, just kind of honing in and reminding ourselves why we're doing this and why it's so important. And then the final thing that I've been told, and Jess always is kind of telling me, but how important it is to qualify our business. So that's our number one goal. We really are committed to qualifying our business consistently. So that's what we're striving for with some of the tools we got.
Awesome. Thank you, Christy. And Chris, go ahead, peek your head in there, say hi. Don't be shy.
Oh, I'm not shy. Hey, everybody.
Share one of your things.
I'm a quotes person, so I like to share quotes. I write them down. There were so many, just so much positive energy, lots of great people, lots of people there who were willing to share what they've done to be successful, and it doesn't matter who they were. They could be a 500 club, 100 club. You wouldn't be able to tell just from just the way they related to everyone. I mean, everyone was open to sharing and helping. But it's like quotes like "Make a life, not a living." I love that. Yeah, make a life, not a living. Here's one more, and I'll be quiet. But it says, "Say less to more people." All those things. Those things resonate with me as I go out to talk to people. So, like Christy said, it was a great experience for me. It's my first one, and I highly recommend anyone who hasn't gone to one to go to one, because you'll come back full of energy and ready to go. So. So
my question is, are you guys making plans for October 20th through the 22nd to be in St. Louis?
We haven't talked about it yet.
I have my college reunion that weekend.
Invite them.
Yeah.
Invite them. They can come.
It's in Chicago. We could just do a road trip to St. Louis, right?
Yeah. Okay. And the other question is, Christy, you said qualify your business. How do you qualify your business?
25 Trio customers.
Customer qualified, right?
Yeah.
Or how many T30?
Oh, I don't know that answer.
Lindsay, what are you teaching your team?
T120 is 7 to 10.
How many T30?
I don't know that I know that answer either, Jess. Jess,
How many Tower Gardens?
what is the answer to your own question?
I think it's probably around 15. But I'm thinking
probably a few more than T120.
Yeah. Okay. But again, it's up to you how fast you want to go. If you want to hit NMD in under 2 years, T120, baby, right? Okay. Say less more.
That program is what got me to Indeed, period. My
Yeah.
team knows nothing other than T120.
So keep in mind, you guys, which talked about qualifying your business, how important it is. The reason is because it gives you a consistent paycheck, okay, when you qualify that business. That our company, it is really striving for your own personal customer qualified, okay, not depending on any dealers or DDs on your team. Okay, so if you're customer qualified, you're going out and getting those orders yourself. They're your personal customers and you're qualified. Okay. So Alexa, can you share?
That's me.
Can you share in a couple minutes? I know you could probably all of you guys could do your own half hour, but give us a couple nuggets from the weekend.
Okay. Hi, team Thrive and Shining Star and all those. That was another thing I learned, how much lingo there is to Juice Plus. I picked up a couple weeks ago. So not only is my mind blown from all the awesome speakers and just inspiration, just really how involved this business is. And it wasn't just thought up overnight. It's very involved and they took a lot of time. So I took away two powerful things from boot camp I want to share as a first-time boot camper. The first is that Tamara Hill said, she said, comfort zones are not very comfortable. Mediocrity is not born in a comfort zone. And I thought what was interesting about that was, you look at her, she's in MD and then some, and she made a comment. She said, I'm naturally an introverted person. And I mean, I've never met her. You would never know that. And I think that, to be honest, this is out of my comfort zone doing this. So I think just hearing that, if someone who has really paved the way in Juice Plus and they still have to get out of their comfort zone, not only is it probably natural for me to feel a little apprehensive in the beginning, but also if you're not, or if you are comfortable, you're probably shying toward that mediocrity route. So I thought that was powerful. And the second thing was, I'm bad at names. I think they were Richard and wife. Who was that, Jess?
Reagan Dean.
Yes, Reagan and Richard. They were awesome. I thought one of the best things that they touched on was what is wealth. And honestly, I saw a lot of people growing up going through some trenches with their finances, and people close to me especially. So I think the point of that Juice Plus attracted me initially was, well, if this is financially freeing, then why wouldn't everyone do it? No one has to be in a trench. And that was really, really kind of honestly the attractive point to JP for me. Low risk. It's a product I already use and love. And the part that doesn't stink about it is your bank account kind of gets padded at the same time. It made total sense to me. And then it wasn't until after boot camp, I think, that I heard today that really changed my mode of thinking. And it was said in the form of a prayer. It was said, teach me to have a thankful perspective no matter what circumstance I face. So, whether you have a padded wallet or you don't, just the fact that we are able to have the opportunity to work and everything that comes along with life, I think just having a thankful perspective really will be a huge catalyst for me in this process.
Thanks, girl. That's awesome. I'm going to expand on what she talked about with Reagan and Richard Dean, because they talked about wealth, and they started with wealth begins in the heart and mind. So we think of wealth as financial only. And their whole talk was actually based on it starts in the heart and mind. And that's what you're talking about, Alexa. When we have an attitude of gratitude, and I mean, how different we experience life. And we're going to experience this business different when we have that attitude as well. And when our heart and our mind is in the right place. So that's why we can see someone who on the outside from the worldly perspective has everything, and they're miserable, right? I mean, Tony Robbins has touched on, talked about this and trained on this, very successful actors and comedians who end up killing themselves because they don't they're not wealthy. They don't have their heart and mind right. And then other people who seemingly have, you know, not much in the outside, you know, or from a worldly perspective, and they can be so full of life and gratitude and happy and content, because that wealth has nothing to do. It's about relationship. It's about just everything starting in the heart and mind, right? So they kind of put together the this pyramid of 7 things that we want to always be progressing in. And the biggest takeaway for me there was, you know, what makes a person happy? Okay, like what makes a person, like, you know, satisfied and happy as far as what they're doing in life, and it's progress. Have you ever met anyone who hasn't personally grown in a 10 or 20 years who's happy, like genuinely happy? It doesn't really happen. So progress is where, you know, is where it's at. And the areas are physical body, emotions and meaning, relationships, time, work, career, and mission, your finances, and your spiritual sense. So, thanks again.
I have one more thing.
Yes.
Okay, I actually got my mom on the call. You can't see her face, but she's
I know she's there. I saw her.
Yeah, so I think a huge thing that I really actually grasped this weekend was how much of this is a team. Obviously, there's like 20 of us on here right now, but I think I was super inspired by the fact that I can not only you know, do this business and it can be great for me and great for my family, but it can benefit my team as well. And so whatever I do is going to benefit my mom, and whatever my mom and I do benefits Chip. And essentially we're all working together. So I really saw that this weekend, and I am not a part of a team anymore. And I really want to be a part of a team. I get satisfaction in seeing other people succeed. And so I think that has been a huge catalyst for me. And as that team, I want us to get Jess to NMD. So I think that's a big team goal that we all work towards.
Oh, we got 3.5 months for the magic to happen.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that. And if you make it to NMD, that means that we probably all reached a bunch of goals too. So.
And that's where the focus is going to be, because obviously that's a huge success key, you guys. You've heard it before, but truly understanding that, you know, it's necessary to help other people grow and succeed in order for you to become the person you're meant to be, you know, and be successful in your life. I have a couple other things, but I asked Kelly if she would share as well. So we'll do one more share. Kelly, if you're muted, just unmute at the bottom left. Make sure she's still on here. I see her.
She just unmuted.
There she is. Kelly, are you with us? Oh, she's back to muted. We might be having some technical difficulties. Unmuted.
I just unmuted you, Kelly. I unmuted you. Does it work now? Negative.
Negative, Ghost Rider. Okay. Well, Kelly, you can just interrupt me in our last few minutes here if you get working. And I know your picture is not there, but I assume you're just listening in. So you have permission to interrupt me. One of the big things I absolutely loved from Tamara is your vibe attracts your tribe. And it was this little image on one of her slides, and oh my gosh, it's so true. And that is one thing, again, next week we're going to discuss and go over just the brain training from Image, Tony Robbins, 21-day brain detox, what that means and why it's so important. But write that down, you guys. Your vibe attracts your tribe. And I want you to think about right now, what kind of vibe are you putting out there? Like, try to think about what, you know, are people attracted to you? Do people smile and laugh around you? as a whole, I'm not talking one or two people because that may be their whole thing, but as a whole, what kind of vibe are you putting out there? Because that makes a huge, huge impact on you sharing Juice Plus, the product and the business. If we're acting desperate, do you think people want to get on that train? No. If we're acting fire hose-ish, or depressed or negative or, unsure, fearful, doubtful, I don't know, this is, whatever. What is your vibe? And that's the personal growth part that, we'll be working on as well. When you're sharing Juice Plus, the product and the business, what kind of, are we able to articulate living the mission? Okay. Are you sharing your story, in your story, living the mission? Whether that is you're brand new and maybe you haven't even, I signed up as a distributor the same time as my product, so I didn't have a product story yet. If you've done Transform 30 or had experience, then you already have that Juice Plus, experience. But if you don't, you can go from either where I was, but where I am, you can, and where I'm going to be, where I want to be. And that's what you can share with people as well. And so it's all about living the mission, whether you're already, where you're sharing past experience with Juice Plus, or whether you're excited to look forward and knowing that, that these health changes can get you there. Or business changes, financial changes that you're looking forward to. So as far as our daily method of operation, consistency is key, you guys. It is challenging to, let me, of course, as the personal trainer, put this on a workout level, right? If you're training on a daily basis and you,
Let's see.
Oh,
okay, I found this on the
Siri, quiet. Okay, that's my Australian man Siri talking. It's yeah. Anyway, I was like, I obviously said something that sounds like Siri for him to say that. Okay, don't talk. But consistency is key. Okay, so when you're working out and you're training, okay, if you've been an athlete or if you've done an event before and you're training for something specific, and then that event happens and then you stop training, or let's say you bust a knee, right? Marina just went through that. I've been through 3 knee reconstructions and you stop training. How hard is it to pick up where you left off? You got to kind of build again. So this business is about consistency and momentum, you guys. You just want that snowball of momentum going. And let me tell you, it's more fun. It's more fun that way. Okay, so if I could just, relay that to you in a very strong and passionate way. And also, we have no boss, right? Does anyone have a boss doing this? Does anyone want a boss? Anybody want a boss? Who wants to be their own boss and design their own life? But we do need accountability, and our calendar is our boss. If you can think of your calendar being your boss, that's who you are being accountable to. And I love that idea. So Chip and we have dedicated Sunday evenings to planning out the week. And I've already put in my week with alerts. So I'm committed to Juice Plus hours, calling prospects, customers, my team connection calls, all that kind of stuff. Put it in your calendar as well as those events. And so you look at your calendar and there's evidence that you are a health food agent, right? You want there to be evidence that you're a health food agent. One of the things I loved, I'm a very visual person, and there were a couple different visual examples over the weekend. One was of residual income and just people qualifying or not qualifying, about eight different people. Another one was just a very simple, we all like to try to do stuff, right? I'm going to try really hard. And Reagan was saying, there is no try. There's no such thing as try. So she brought up a volunteer with a chair and said, pick up that chair. And she picked up the chair. She says, now try to pick up the chair. And she kind of went like, the girl just went like, and she's like, no, you're not doing it. I said, try to pick it up. And she was like, trying to make a face like she's trying. She's like, no, you're not picking up the chair. So it's either you're picking up the chair or you're not picking up the chair. But really, there is no try. Okay, so that decision, as Alexa was talking about mediocrity hates decisions. Mastery loves decisions. And if you're going to do this business and you are going to do it well and succeed, you got to make decisions. And so try a decision? No. And even if you try and maybe the outcome, if you make a decision and the outcome looks a little different, it is a way more powerful journey than I will try. Does that make sense? No triers. Couple things that Dr. Du Bois said I wish I could have recorded for all of our new reps who get into the business and to give to our new team members, but the frequently asked questions about Juice Plus, we have a couple places online. You can look that up. drmitraray.com, as well as our Transform 30 tools. Okay, she has some from frequently asked questions on that. But if someone has stomach, I just wanted to go over this because it seems to be something that we deal with on a more regular basis. If someone has stomach issues with Juice Plus, Dr. Du Bois said take Vineyard first, so you're going to have them take 1 capsule, and then, of course, build their tolerance to take 2, and then Orchard, and then Veggie is the last one. So he said, Veggie with the cruciferous vegetables and stuff are the hardest on the people with stomach issues, and those stomach issues tend to be, fairly common these days. What do you do if someone says, let me ask my doctor if Juice Plus is okay? You said, yeah, absolutely. Ask your doctor if eating more fruits and vegetables will be okay. Okay. So that's another just little helpful, one of those frequently asked questions. The last thing, 2 things here to finish up with is building leaders starts with us. It starts with yourself. And if you're just starting this business, or if you've been in the business for a while, don't make the mistake that I did at not working on yourself right off the bat. Is that if you want to be a leader, my mentality that I messed up, because what I had known was a team sport. Every team that I ever played on, I was a team captain. I could inspire people physically and with my energy, and I was a team captain. And as I've been in this business, I have had that mentality of a team captain, and it has failed. What we really are coaches of coaches. So as a team captain, you're basically leading players. If you are a business builder and you want to do this business for real, you don't want to lead players. You want to lead coaches. You want to lead and teach other coaches to do what you're doing. So if we can kind of get that mentality, straight. And if you're confused, we could talk more about it one-on-one. But it starts with us, and it's learning how to coach other coaches, not players. And what kind of value are we bringing? So if we can focus on ourselves and what we're bringing to the table in everything, in all our encounters, in all relationships with our customers, with our distributors, are we adding value? If we could just add value to other people's lives, don't you think everyone's going to win? It's a win-win. It's a win-win situation. On Facebook, you've heard it. We want to add value on Facebook. Do you guys get excited to read people's rants and ravings on Facebook? No, it's kind of, add value, add some inspiration, add some, some positive, images and dialogue, and add value to people's lives. I just love that, inspiration. So it's not about motivating people. It's about leading with your own inspiration. So as you do what you want other people to do, the ones that are meant to do it will follow. Does that make sense? You're not going to push. You're not going to pull. They're going to follow by your example, by inspiring healthy living, by inspiring healthy earning with our Juice Plus business. So although there's another handful of things, our time is up. What? Our time is up, and I'll give Kelly one more chance since I had asked her. Kelly, are you on? Let me look on here. Oh, I think she had technical difficulties. Okay. So any other thoughts or questions, you guys? I want to just respect our time. That is wrap up for boot camp. It was awesome. And I'm super, super excited for the next 5 weeks. Again, just get with Lindsay or myself, clarify on anything and what these next 5 weeks look like until the next boot camp. And let's increase some volume and make some qualified businesses, shall we? Thanks, you guys, for tuning in. Have an awesome, awesome week.